All right. Hello, MoveEasy movers. Welcome to MoveEasy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Tuesday, February 27th already. Goodness, 2024, or whenever you're watching this YouTube video. Um, Today's focus is going to be on shoulders, some hips, some back, and some core. And for props, you might need a block, trusty chair, because we're going to start on the chair like we always do. But you might need a block for a supported bridge lift. But let's go ahead and get started in our usual manner with legs up on a chair. Now, one thing I want to stress, you're probably all aware of this, is you want to make sure the chair is the right size. I happen to be very short-legged, so my chair is a good size for me because my lower leg is parallel to the floor. That part is very important. I have another class where I was setting some women up, and we all have short legs, and we were scrambling trying to find a chair that would fit us. So your hips are a few inches away from the base. Hips are at neutral. We're putting our lower back in traction. Your arms are wherever they're most comfortable. You want to breathe normally. Bring your awareness, yourself into your sacred space. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. Make sure you have support under your head if you need it. Okay, time is up. Stay where you are. And we're going to do a cervical rotation. So slowly move your head from right to left about 6 times. And if you choose, this is a chin tightening, you can roll your tongue at the roof of your mouth at the same time. So just back and forth 6 times at your own pace, but very slowly. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. We're activating our vagus nerve that runs down the side of our scalp. The head is forward. You can actually hold it if you choose. Looks like we lost somebody, but she's coming back, so hold on. Okay. So all you're moving are your eyes. You're going to start by just moving your eyes to the right and wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. All I have to do is think about it and I yawn. And then if you've been doing this for a while, it should come fairly soon. And then your head is still facing forward. So you move your eyes back to center and then move just your eyes to the left and wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Now, what's interesting about this, I yawn. I've known several people who yawn, but I've got another class where the gal actually has a gulp. So everybody is different. So I'd like you to do this 2 times on each side without my cueing at your own pace. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. You can leave whatever support you have under your head or put a set of therapy balls or a sponge ball back there. What we're going to do is we're going to press our occipital ridge, that bony part between your ears runs along your scalp line, away from the rest of your body. You can do this sitting up, you can do it lying down, but the idea is that we're reversing what's called text neck. We're always looking down at our devices, and that puts our neck out of whack. So we're going to go the other way. Now you just push that occipital ridge away and hold it and then release. We're going to do this 4 or 5 times. So press, hold, and release. Feels good with therapy balls. Press. Your chin follows, but it's the back of the neck that's doing the movement. Hold and release. And then press. Excuse me. Hold and release. Now you may yawn or sigh or swallow or gulp because are actually still activating our vagus nerve. Believe it or not, this does it too. And one last time. Press, hold, and release. Okay. Now, the breathing exercise we're going to do today is one I learned the other day. Actually found it on a YouTube video on meditation. And it's very similar to square breathing, only it's not a square. It's more like 3 sets. So we did this previously in a class. You inhale for 5, you hold for 5, then you exhale for 5. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like this breathing. I was using it the other day to get into a meditative state, and it seems to work for me. So just another option for breathing. So now we're going to do our vacuum. Now you can stay in this position if you choose, or you can move away from your chair or couch, or move your chair away from you. And you can assume whatever shape works for you. This is center pose, and it may work for you. It's whatever you're comfortable with. I happen to like legs extended, but everybody's different. What we're going to do here is we're going to start to try to tighten our pelvic floor. So we're going to take a normal inhale and then a normal exhale and hold everything out of our lungs. And at the same time, we're going to press our lower back to the floor, press our belly button down towards the floor, create a vacuum in our pelvic area, and hold it for the count of 10. So let's begin. So a normal inhale, and then a normal exhale, but empty your lungs and hold your breath out. Create your vacuum. Press your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. release. Give yourself a minute or so to bring your breath back to normal. Should take just a couple of breaths. This is again for strengthening the pelvic floor. So again, normal inhale through the nose, normal exhale through the mouth or nose. Hold your breath out. Create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. We're going to do this one more time. This is a good thing to do on a daily basis. If you get a minute, it's very good for pelvic floor strength. So, normal inhale, normal exhale. Empty your lungs, but hold your breath out. Create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Ha. Okay. Since we're down here, we're going to do some windshield wipers. These are always good. So bring your feet back up if they were extended. If you were on your chair, you might want to come off your chair or couch at this point. Now, you can have your feet wherever they're most comfortable for you. You can have them hip or shoulder width apart, or you can have them as wide apart as the mat, whatever works for you. We're just going to start really slow, though. Slow and just maybe a quarter of the way down. Just warming up. Just warming up the hips here, saying, hello, hips. Good morning. Wake up. Back and forth. You can start with your feet shoulder or hip width apart and move them further as you move, if you choose. I just like this because it's a good warm up. You can come down further if that works for you. We're not stretching, we're just warming up. So still moving slow. Just back and forth. And you might feel it if you're coming down further, but there's no need to extend or stretch at this point. It's just a warm up. Okay. Enough of that. So the next movement we're doing is also for the hips, and it's the bent knee leg lift. This is also really good movement for your hips. So your feet are hip width apart at this point, flat on the floor, knees bent. And basically you just lift your leg, keep the bend in your knee. So you're not going like this. Your knee is still the way it was bent before, same bend in your knee, and bring it down. And then the opposite one, bring it up and bring it down. Your hips are now moving in a different direction. And bring it down. And then up and down and up and down. I'm not keeping track, but we're doing this 4 or 5 times on each side. and up and down and up and down. One more. Up and down and up and down. So that works that area right in front there. Okay. Now the third thing we're doing is, I call them toe touches. So your feet are up where this is called tabletop. And what you're going to do is just come down with one foot at a time and touch and come back up. So down and up and down and up. Very similar to the last thing we did, only it's going the other way. And if you'll notice, this is working your core a little bit. This is a very good core move as well as a hip move. So one leg and then the other. Okay, one more. Down and up and down and up. Okay, good job. Good job. A good way to relax after this move is to, let me demonstrate this. Knees together, feet apart, like this, and just give yourself a 30-second break. It's a good way to relax your legs and still have them bent. Because, yeah, we did some hip movement right there. Right there. Okay, let's come up to sitting. Take your time. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do because they're really good. So, again, I have a lady in my class that cannot sit cross-legged. Her leg has to be out because she's got hip issues. So if you can't sit cross-legged, you can do this in this pose. You can do it with your legs extended, not quite so easily, but you can do it that way. You can do it with one leg out, whatever works for you if you can't sit cross-legged. You can also, if you're sitting cross-legged, you can sit on something, might make it easier. So we're going to start with our side bend with the lat stretch. This is a 40-second hold. So hand along the mat, other arm comes up and over. We're making our C shape. And just be aware of where you're feeling this. I'm feeling the stretch all up my side. And now lower this arm, the upper arm, till it's parallel to the floor. And reach for that corner. Reach, reach, reach. Wiggle those fingers. Reach. Should feel a different stretch down under your arm, down your back. The latissimus dorsi. There you go. Arm up, torso up. We'll do the other side. Arm along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. C on the other side. C, senor. I like this because I like feeling that stretch on the side. It's waking my body up. Now lower this arm, upper arm, and straighten it and reach for that corner of the room. Reach, reach, reach. Feel that stretch under your arm, down your back. Oh, yes. There you go. Arm up, torso up. Good job. Now we're going to do a thoracic twist. Let's go ahead and switch our legs. This actually stretches or rotates the top of the back, the thoracic back. So we're sitting up straight, legs crossed, hand on opposite knee. Other arm is behind us. We're on our fingertips. This is our support. So it's also a 40-second hold. So rotate your shoulders to the short end of the mat. Keep your back straight. Your hand is behind you for support. Pretend like your head is attached to a string to the ceiling. So your chin is level with the floor. Now you have options. You can move your head back and forth. You can move your rib cage back and forth. Or you can just enjoy the stretch. Be aware of where you're feeling it, how you're feeling it, and come on around. We're going to do the other side. So again, hand on opposite knee. Other arm is behind you on your fingertips, your support hand. You rotate your shoulders. Make sure your back is straight and your chin is level with the floor. Remember your options. Remember to move slowly. I have to remind myself of that constantly. I don't suggest doing the head and the rib cage at the same time. Not a good idea. And come on around. Okay. Now, the third in this triplet, we're going to move our legs. We're going to go into V legs. Now, your V can be as wide as you want or as narrow, and you might want to put something under your knees if they don't feel comfortable or not. That's up to you. A lot of people do like a support under their knees, so they're just slightly bent. Even if they are slightly bent, that's okay. While our feet are out like this, let's wiggle our toes a little, wake up our feet, jelly roll our legs. Okay, we're going to start. I'm going to start on my right knee, and that would be your left. Go ahead and bring that knee up. Now you might want to support yourself on the other side with your hand. We're going to take this knee and just pull it towards the other knee, and then up, and then down, and then up. You're going to feel this, possibly in your groin, possibly in your outside hip. Go down as far as what is comfortable. Don't have to strain yourself. And then up. It's just another rotation of the hip. Again, you want to be gentle with your body. You want to move slow. Come down as far as what is comfortable. You may not be able to come all the way down. That's okay. Just stop when you feel that first pull. And then up. One more, and then we'll do the other side. And then up. Straighten that leg out. Maybe wiggle it a little bit. Bring the other knee up. Remember, you're supporting yourself on your other arm. Bring that knee up. I find myself leaning a little bit. That's okay. And then gently. And you may find also that both sides are different. I can't go as far on this left side as I could on my right. So I'm not going to push it. So just feel that first pull, bring it back up. And down and up. Just another rotation of the hip. One day I'm going to show you all 8 movements. That would be a good class. And down and up. And notice when I'm coming up, I'm not going out. I'm just coming straight up and then going inward and up and in. And you may find that you can go further as you're doing this or not. But I think this is a good hip warm up. And one more. Okay, There we go. Good job, guys. Okay, now we're going to go to tabletop, hands and knees. You may want to put something under your knees. You can, if you have issues being on your arms like this, you can come down to your forearms if you choose, or you can always fold over your mat and be on the edge of it, or you can get a folded towel, put it under your wrists if you have trouble bending your wrists. What we're going to do is scapula push-ups. So your arms are directly below your shoulders. Fingers are spread. Your knees are a comfortable distance apart. And you're just going to come down. You're not bending your elbows. This is not a push-up. You're just coming down with your head, and you're feeling your scapula, your shoulder blades kind of snuggle next to each other. And then you come up and feel them go apart. Now, if you're on your forearms, you can still do this. You come down, feel them go together, and then come up. You can still do this movement. So, whichever works for you. Some people can't do the straight arm thing. So you come down, feel your shoulder blades come together, and then you come up, feel them stretch apart. Down, and then up. You don't need to go very far to feel that. Down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. Good job. That's it for that. Now, the next movement, you may want to put your legs a little further apart, depending on what's comfortable for you. So let's start with the right leg. You tuck your toe in and you extend it to the back. Now, if you want, you can stretch your calf by leaning back. This is a good calf stretch. Your foot should actually be on the mat, not off of it. You want grip. So you can stretch your, and you can stay at this position if you choose. This is a good calf stretch. Or you can take that leg and move it to the right. So here, your leg is extended like that, only on the other side. And if you choose, and you don't have to do this, this is extra credit, you can raise your arm into the sky. This is kind of a side bend, but not really, because your leg is out. But just having your leg out, you should feel that stretch on that inner thigh. And then bring it back, stretch that calf, and then bring your knee back to where it was. So let me do it on the side you can see. So you stretch your leg out. Try to make sure your foot's on the mat so you get this grip. And this is in itself stretches your calf. My calves get really tight. So you can stay in this position. This is position 1. Position 2 is the leg is out. Position 3, the arm is up. Now you can stay at whatever position you choose, but it's a 3-pronged position. And then come back, stretch that leg, and then there we go. So that's good. Good job. Now the next thing we're going to do, let's sit back and shake our hands out. We've been sitting on them for a while, unless you were on your forearms. Okay, so my wrists do get a little sore. This next one is called threading the needle. We haven't done this in a while, and it's good for the shoulder. So I'm going to start on my left and extend my left hand a little further out. The other hand, the palm comes up to the ceiling, and I'm lowering my right shoulder and pulling the arm underneath my left arm. This is called threading the needle. You want to go just as far as what is comfortable for you. You may come all the way down where your arm is all the way down on the floor. You may not. You'll feel a twist in your spine. And then come on back. And then we'll go the other way. So you first start by extending your support arm, turning your palm to the ceiling, and sliding it underneath. It helps to push your hips back. And you try to lay your whole arm on the floor. I can't even do that, but I feel the stretch in my shoulder. Now, if you feel it too much, you want to come up, of course. You don't want to strain anything. So just as far as you can go. This is a good stretch for the shoulder. And then come on back. Okay. Good job. We're going to be standing now against a wall. So give me just a minute to do some production work here. We're going to do our regular wall back bend. Make sure you can see me, okay? So we are standing with our back to the wall, a couple of inches, 3 or 4 inches away from the wall, standing in good posture. Good posture. Let's just review that for just a minute. Your feet have 3 points, the ball between the big toe, the ball between the baby toe, and the heel. So we're standing evenly on all 3 points. Retain your balance. Your knees are above your ankles. Your hips are above your knees. Shoulders are above your hips. Your head is level, chin level to the ground. That string on your head is keeping your head up. Now, this is a 40-second hold. We're going to come up with our arms back behind us, elbows as high as they can go, and try to put your full palm on the wall. I can only put my fingertips. So, and if you're having shoulder issues, your elbows are going to be out, but you want them to try to have them as close to your head as possible. So this is our back bend at the wall. It's a bone building move or position. It's not a move. It's a bone building static move. Notice my chest is expanded, but my hips are back. Come on down. All right. Now we're going to do the spine twist at the wall. I want you to see my feet. There we go. So we're going to start with right side to the wall. Right foot is forward. Left foot is back. Elbows at your waist. Palms forward. And then you rotate and put your palms on the wall. Try to make your hands even with each other, if possible. This is, again, a rotation and a bone builder. So, which is why we're here for 40 seconds. This is also good for the upper back. Very similar to what we were doing when we were sitting on the mat in a warm-up. There we go. Come on around. We're going to do the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back, elbows at your waist, palms up. Rotate to the wall, palms on the wall. Now you should be able to breathe normally when you're in this position. If you have trouble breathing, you want to loosen up, maybe face forward more. So you want to make sure that you're able to breathe freely in any position you can. Again, we're building our bones, which is why we're sitting here. There we go. That's it. Good job. We're going to do one more standing exercise, and this is the march in place. And I want you to put a hand on the wall when you do that, only because the march in place is very difficult. And this is not a balancing move. This is a core move. We're going to want our knees to be up as much as possible, so you can go as slow as you choose. We're going to be doing this for 1 full minute. So here we go. Now again, whatever pace you choose, you want to be able to carry on a conversation while you're doing this. Because if you're out of breath and you can't talk, you're going too fast. And notice I'm not going all that fast because I'm talking through this. So you want to be able to always, when you do something aerobic like this, you always want to be able to talk through it without being out of breath. So sometimes when I'm in here by myself, I will repeat something or the words to a song or sing to myself. My husband will walk in and say, "Who are you talking to?" I'm talking to me. So plus it makes the time go by. But it's a good gauge to find out if you are breathing properly. And that was 1 minute. That went by fast. Okay, back to the mat. All righty. So we're running out of time, but we're going to do a couple of core things. So lie on your back. Make sure you have head support. And we're going to extend our legs. And we're going to lift them and hold them for a count of 10 and then lower them. Now, how high you lift them is up to you. I recommend just a few inches because that way you'll get the tension you need. We're going to do this 3 times. So legs and ankles are together. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower. Good job. We're going to do this 2 more times. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower. 1 last time. We're going to take a quick breath in between. This is not the easiest one, so you do want to have a rest period in between. Whew. Okay. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, now this is where the brick comes in. We're going to do a supported bridge march. So you want to put the brick under your hips. So you're in a bridge position, but you have the brick to support you. I find this is, I'm not going to say easier. It's different than doing it without the brick, but it's much easier to do different things with the support of the brick. So your knees are bent, your feet are flat, and we're going to be lifting one leg like we did at the beginning of class, and then the other. And we're going to do this for 1 minute. And you go at your own pace. But with the brick under your hips, it's a little different than when your back is flat on the floor. If you notice, you may notice in your lower abs, you're feeling this. And that's because your hips are higher than being flat. So it's not only your hips or your hip flexors you're also working your lower abs, which for me is a problem area. So again, you go at your own pace. You don't have to follow me exactly. 10 seconds. Okay, there you go. Now, you don't have to do this, but I will very often come up to tabletop and then separate the legs and bring them back and then down. That's another option. You don't have to do that. We're actually done with this. So that's it for today. Go ahead and get into position for Yoga Nidra. Make sure that you are warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. You might want to put something over your eyes. Make sure you have head support. If you have a blanket, roll up in your blanket. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation, which works deeply on your nervous system to relax you. I'm going to call your attention to certain areas of your body. I want you to bring your attention to those areas without moving any part of your body. Start with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, spiritual heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point Yoga Nidra meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your arms out. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Stretch one side and then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. And straighten that leg out. And take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. And straighten that leg out. Now bring both knees up. Hold them to you and slowly roll back and forth, feeling that massage on your lower back, your back organs. Feels so good. And when you're ready, roll over towards the camera, using your lower arm as support for your head. We're going to take our gratitude minute, taking a minute to think about what we're grateful for. So, many times I'm grateful for this minute of rest after I've been working out. But I'm also grateful for you guys for joining me today. So just think about what you're grateful for. It's always nice to start the day with a grateful heart. When you're ready, come on up to sitting. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands to your heart. We need to do a lot of shoulder work, but let's press our palms together kind of hard. Feel our shoulders. And then loosen that. I want to thank you for joining me today. And hope you have a good rest of your day. And let's end the class by saying to each other, namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathy.
Bye.
Bye.